Hey, welcome back everyone. Well, looks like I've got a leak here. Let me show you what it's supposed to look like. This is my right side hub, and I used the old gasket when I did some work on this side, and I got away with it. However, I used the old gasket on this side as well when I just recently did some brake work, and I didn't get away with it this time. So you can use the old gaskets sometimes, but if you see your hubs looking a little oily, then you might want to do what I'm going to do in this video. This is a Dana integral carrier type full floating axle, and you're supposed to be able to remove the axle without having to take the wheel off. The hub supports the weight of the vehicle. It has the bearings inside. The axle just bolts onto the hub. So I'm going to use a 5/8 socket. These are on at 40 to 50 foot-pounds of torque. This is what they look like bolt-wise. Nice lock washer and everything. Sometimes I have to use a pair of vice grips to get hold of this axle to get it out. And then sometimes you don't need much effort at all. Be prepared to have a little fluid drip out, very little actually. The shaft will probably have more on it. But you might have more than me if you do this, I don't know. And there's the axle, it is out. I'm going to clean this surface up with a rag and some cleaner, and I'm going to clean the axle shaft surface up with a rag and some cleaner. This old gasket I put on with a bit of silicone. It's a metal one. The one I have, the placement seems to be a little different. I put a little silicone to hold it in place, and that was probably my mistake. Now I'll get this off and clean it up, and should be better. Okay, that mounting surface looks pretty good and clean. I'm ready to put this axle back in. This new gasket is also metal. It has raised edges around here. I'm sure we'll get flat as it is torqued down. And it's flat on this side and in the dirt now. Okay, now I'm not going to put anything on this gasket. They're inexpensive enough, and this axle is easy enough to get to, that if it leaks I will redo it, and I will try some Permatex compound on this, seeing as how it is metal. But for right now it looks like it's a coated metal with something on it, so I'm going to let it go with no sealer on it whatsoever and see what happens. My first inclination is to put something on this and make sure it doesn't leak, but I don't believe there was anything on the other one originally, so I'm going to give it a try this way. I'm going to put the complete flat side towards the outside, and I'm going to put the impressions towards the inside. Okay, I will line it up with the bolts later. I just want to get the axle in for now. I had to push down on the vice grips a little bit, which raised the end of the axle up a little ways to go into the hole inside the pumpkin there. And I don't have my holes lined up, so I'm going to have to try it again. One more spline. That's pretty close. See if I can get a bolt in here. And maybe one on the other side here. And number 3. So I seem to be able to get all the bolts in, no problem. But like you saw, if the bolt holes are over here, you're going to have to pull the shaft out and then try and catch another spline and put it back in this way. And if the truck was raised up on this side, you could just move your wheel. Rather than have to keep pulling the axle out. But, you know, it wasn't all that hard. It wasn't all that difficult. And these are going in okay. Let me tighten these down. It's 40 to 50 foot-pounds on these. I set my torque wrench for 45. I'm just going to go all the way around them and double check. This is 45 foot-pounds. Okay, they're all there. Now I'm going to clean this up some. I have better use for this stuff than this, but it's quick and easy for right now. This oil has traveled on up the hub towards the inside of the other side of the tire rim here, and I really don't want it moving its way back this way. If this gasket does not hold, I will see it. I will see this turn dark again. Okay, this job is done, and I hope it goes well. I hope all your repairs go well too. And until the next video, I want to thank you all for subscribing and watching. And this is Cars, Trucks, and Detours, aka Steve AZ711, and you guessed it. Bye for now.